The only good news is we don't have to see the Cubs the rest of the year. Not much to talk about offensively. 2 hits in the first inning. I thought we might get Lackey on a bad day, but he just attacked our weaknesses, and we only got them one more hit through the rest of the game. So there's not much to talk about there. Velasquez, he's got a strained bicep, preliminary evaluation, and he'll be reevaluated tomorrow.
What's your level of concern with that injury?
Well, historically, biceps are not in a danger area, not to diminish the possibility of it being, bad, but it's not an elbow, it's not a shoulder, so we'll have to wait and see what the evaluation is.
Did you guys sense something was wrong before the game? Because it looked like Rupp was out there talking to him.
His third to the last pitch in his warm-up, he felt something. When he got to the dugout, he mentioned it, and then the trainers recommended that he go out and throw a couple pitches and see how he felt. So obviously he started the game, but when I saw 2 86-mile-an-hour fastballs, we decided to get him out.
You worried at all about the starting pitching with such a strength when you guys were going well? Now you have this question. Adam's been inconsistent. You've had some inconsistencies there. Is starting pitching at all concerned, especially depth-wise?
Well, it's a concern. I mean, I think about it because, as you just said, Bob, it's been our strength. And, we've had quite a few hiccups lately. So it's definitely a concern, but hopefully we'll get around it and, rebound. I know Morgan's better than he's shown, even though he wasn't the greatest his last outing. You could call it a quality save. I mean, a quality outing, quality start. We'll just have to keep looking at it.
Do you think he was feeling anything his last 3 starts? His last 3 starts, he was really struggling compared to his first 8.
He hadn't said anything about it. We're pretty on top of that, and he has not been on the injury report and has not made one complaint other than today.
Do you anticipate, being without him at least for one start? How are you?
It's hard to say, Megan. I think tomorrow we'll know a little bit more.
Does that mean MRI?
Probably an MRI. I don't have all the details, but we've got tomorrow to relook at it.
Do you worry about at all talking about the starting pitching, the domino effect too that puts on your bullpen?
You keep asking me about all my worries. Yeah, my offense is what I'm worried about. Yeah, no, certainly. We've had some issues. Neris has not been himself the last 2 outings. I mean, Morgan is, on and off with this now. I don't know what's going to happen with this, and so it's always a concern. You always think about it, and certainly that's been our strength, and I think it's going to continue to be our strength. But it's a concern.
Is that a concern of yours entering the season, Vince? I mean, his durability's had some injury issues in the past, and how much did you guys talk about that going into the year and monitoring him?
Well, I think since it's new to him, I don't think he threw a lot of innings last year. So I think it was, something to think about to see about his durability, and we'll see what happens tomorrow. See what we come up with.
So did Oberholzer have a heads up that he might have to be used early? Did you give him any sort of warning?
McClure was down in the bullpen, and he told after he heard what Vince said, he told Oberholzer to start getting loose just in case, which really didn't matter because he would have been given as much time as he wanted. But the first I heard of it was in the dugout before the game, before the team was ready to take the field. So.
You said to go out and throw a couple more warm, but did he kind of give the I'm good to go, and then after 2 pitches he just...
Yeah, he said he'll give it a shot, and then after 2 pitches into the game, I went out there and he said, I'm not going to do this. So, and I agreed with him. Why take a chance?
Given your offensive woes, do you ever wonder what Tommy Joseph could do just literally playing every day without worrying about the lineup from day to day? We're
going to see. He's going to get plenty of playing time. He's made a great first impression. He's going to get a lot of playing time. Plenty of games left.
What went into the decision to pull Oberholzer when you did?
Pitch count. I mean, he threw a lot of pitches. He's not, that 60-some pitches is a lot of pitches when you're not used to throwing it.
Do you consider, if needed, if you need somebody to fill in the lift for Vince, that it's Brett, or would you be more comfortable keeping him in the bullpen?
What do you mean?
If you need another starter, if you need somebody to fill in for Vince going forward.
Well, it's certainly an option. Like I said, Bob, we got to find out a little bit more about this bicep tomorrow, and then we'll have a better idea after that.
Actually got turned around a couple times in left field, but it was windy today. How committed are you to him as your left fielder?
Well, he's got to play well to stay in the lineup, and we're giving him an opportunity to play. So we'll see what happens. Well, it was a tough sky, but he's going to be given another opportunity to see what he can do, and at some point we'll make decisions on that.
You faced the Cubs now, best team in baseball 6 times within less than 2 weeks. Have you been able to learn anything about the gap between your team and theirs?
There's a pretty big gap. Like I said earlier, I'm glad we don't have to see him again. We faced other tough teams. I mean, the Nationals are a good team. The Mets are a good team. The Tigers are a good team. We faced a lot of good lineups. And we won a lot of games, a lot of close games doing that, mainly because our pitching was so tough. So we know where we're at. We know where we want to be. We would like to be like the Cubs, and hopefully that's what's going to happen in the near future.